Hi. So, do you, like me, wish that you could easily keep to all those good new habits that you decided to do in January, and you could quit all those bad habits that you felt like you would be easily able to stop? Well, in this Q&A, I am going to talk about how to use your home design to help support you to create a life where you are living with your best habits and prevents not carrying out some of your not continuing with those bad habits. So let me just quickly introduce myself. I'm Jane. I'm a chartered architect with quite a lot of experience, like 15 to 20 years of design experience. I am the director of an award-winning architecture practice called iarchitect, and I specialise in helping homeowners make their beautiful period property into homes that really suit a modern lifestyle, and at the same time do their bit, help my homeowner clients to do their bit to protect the planet. So let's get into this. So I was watching an interview with James Clear, who wrote the book Atomic Habits. And so that's what inspired this talk. I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then if you're watching, just drop any comments below and I will respond to any comments towards the end of this talk. And this is going to be a little bit of a series. Next week I'm going to come back in and I'm going to share with you 10 environmentally friendly habits that I would like to improve for myself, and what ideas that I've come up with that I can implement in my home to help me to do those things, and things that I've already done. And if you would like to leave below, let me know which habits you really would love to develop, or which habits you would love to drop. Then leave those, let me know what those are, and I will come up with some ideas to help you with your habit building, and what you could do in your home to help support you live your better life. Because the thing about habits is that those little things that we do every day are really what make up our lives. So, you know, you get up in the morning, maybe you make your bed, maybe you don't. Maybe you go and make yourself a cup of coffee, maybe you're a tea person. You get washed and dressed, clean your teeth, maybe you floss, maybe you don't. Maybe, you know, some of these things you want to do and some of those things you don't want to do. So what little things do you do in your life on a daily basis? The habits that you have now, maybe they're good ones or maybe they're bad ones. Maybe you would love to do some things that you just never seem to manage to do. Maybe you would like to exercise a little bit more, or maybe I don't know, maybe you'd like to dress more stylishly and have your clothes ready, prepared for you in the morning, something like that. So the things that in this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, he has an interesting idea where the environment, your environment, the place that you live, the place that you spend your time, that environment the design of that can make it easier to do the good habits and can make it harder to do the bad if it's designed in the right way. So the key to doing this and to achieving that is to put fewer steps between you and the good behaviours, and more steps between you and bad behaviours. And so, for example, if you feel like what you're doing is you're watching too much TV, you never have time to do the things that you really want to do, but you realise that actually you're watching far too much TV, and if you could just watch an hour less TV each evening, then you'd have a bit more time to take up that craft hobby that you wanted to do, or painting, write that poem, practice piano, whatever it is that you fancy doing more of. Writing to your friends, calling, having a chat with your friends, whatever it is. So if you then make it more difficult to watch the television, that will make it harder to do that bad habit, if that's, if that's a bad habit for you. Everybody's idea of what a bad habit and what a good habit is completely personal. So this is where, design is really all about you and what you need, how you want your life to look, what you want to be doing on a daily basis, and how your home helps support you living your best life. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. And if your best habit is having a glass of wine every night, then that's your best habit, and you make your world shape around you to support you in doing what you want to do. For somebody else, maybe their best habit would be to not drink any alcohol. So in that case, maybe you need to redesign your space so that you've not got access to alcohol. This is, completely personal, and that is true for every home design. It's about you, what you want, how you want to live your life. And I think habits are so important. They're crucial, because that is what you do on a daily basis. Your habits are what you do, and that's what defines you and your life on a daily basis. So what you really need to do is sort of take stock of what are your actual habits, what are the things that you do on the daily basis, and then you can stack. It's much more easily to stack a new habit onto an existing habit, because it's quite difficult. I mean, I'm sure you've all done that. Maybe you've done dry January, or maybe in January you've tried to start a new exercise regime, or whatever it might be. And maybe you smoke and you've tried to quit smoking. I mean, obviously when there's an addiction involved, it's even more difficult again. But if it doesn't have to be an addictive thing, just habits are really hard to form. It can take a really long time to form a habit, sort of a minimum of 4 weeks, maybe even longer. Maybe you're talking more like 60 days, which is more like 2 months to really form a habit, so that you're just gonna do it. It's on automatic. You don't have to think about it. And that's when you start to just live, you're living in what people call a state of flow. And that's where you start to feel life is easy. And, I want for everybody to have an easy, enjoyable, fulfilling life. That is kind of like my mission, if you like. And the way that I help people to do that is through designing their home so that it suits them and what they need from their life. And one of the key things is, for me, a good thing to know is what does a typical day, how does a typical day pan out? What do you do every morning? When you're doing those things, what are the little frustrations that you're coming across all the time that make the things that you want to do, that maybe you've got some habits, but even then those habits maybe could be made easier and more enjoyable by removing some of the daily frustrations that you face just trying to carry those out in your home. And maybe then there are other things that you would like to add in, but you just don't have the space, or the space isn't organized in quite the way that you need it to be able to help you to live that life. So it's a really good idea just to keep a little note, either sit down and think through your day. What is it you do when you wake up? From when you wake up to when you go to bed, what are the things that you typically do every single day? And note those down. What do you do in the morning? What do you do during the day if you're at home? What do you do at night before you go to bed? Or when you arrive back home from work and in between? Note these things down and start to identify which of these habits are good habits you want to carry on doing, which of these habits are full of frustration for you because your home's not helping you, and which of these habits are bad habits that you'd really like to do less of or not do at all. And that's a really good starting place to sort of really assess your life and how your home is helping you live the life you want. So James Clear also has an interesting idea of a keystone habit, and a keystone habit is where if you can introduce this habit into your life, it will automatically make lots of other things so much easier. And an example that he gave was doing daily exercise. So if you struggle, it can be a real struggle to get into doing daily exercise, and this is something that I've just managed to get myself doing since January this year. I've pretty much on a daily basis been doing an exercise workout every morning, and it's taken me a long time to get myself into that good habit of doing that. But the knock-on effects of a keystone habit like daily exercise are that it has like a lot of impacts on much wider impacts on all different things. So it encourages you to eat healthier, because you're doing all this exercise, taking up this time and making the effort to do it. What's the point? And then going and eating a packet of biscuits and just negating all that hard work that you've just done. There's no point to that. So you're likely to want to be eating healthier. I mean, you could be sometimes a bit capricious. Maybe you think, okay, well, now it's okay for me to eat that packet of biscuits because I've done all this exercise. Well, that's another way of thinking about it. Maybe that's the way you think about it. But the chances are that you're probably, if you're actually looking to do exercise because you want to get healthier, the chances are you're more likely to also eat more healthily as well. It will help you feel better about yourself. Might make you feel more confident, might make you, because maybe you look better as well, maybe your skin looks better, maybe you lose weight and you're more toned or just feel healthier. And the likelihood is that it will help you sleep better, and sleeping better then will also help with making you feel healthier. So exercise is considered to be one of those keystone habits. And when I've been sort of starting to prepare for next week's Q&A, where I'm going to be talking about sort of 10 habits to help you live a more environmentally friendly life, a more eco-conscious life, and what you can do in your home to design your home and your space in your home to help support those things. I've been thinking about what are the keystone habits that you can put in place that will have a knock-on effect on other aspects of your sort of eco-conscious life. So think about your actual habits, think about keystone habits. One single thing that would then have a massive impact on lots of other things. And then finally, another thing that James Clear talked about in the interview that I watched was visualization. So he was talking about visualizing, what your life would look like, images, gathering some images, maybe creating a mood board, perhaps something similar to what you would do when you're designing your home is to make a Pinterest board, or go on House and make an ideas book on House and gather together sort of images of the sorts of houses or homes, spaces, living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, bedrooms, whatever it is, getting images together to create a mood board of images that are inspirational for you and are going to help you decide what it is you want in your home. Well, equally, you can do a similar thing to gather images of the kind of life that you want to have, the lifestyle that you want to have, and how you want your typical day to look. And you can also you can take that a step further, and you can gather images or objects that symbolize these things, and you can actually use these images to decorate your home so that you've got tangible kind of visual things there in your face, in your home, and you can place them in the places where you're likely to carry out these daily habits. So I don't know, maybe you want to eat fewer biscuits. I love biscuits. So this is something that I need to do. And, maybe what you need to do then is to I don't know, put a padlock on your biscuit tin, or whatever it is. You know, there's get some images, get images that you can, or things that will symbolize ideas and will help remind you of the life that is I'm losing my word, the life that you want to live, and help you to drop doing the things that you don't really want to do, but you're just sort of in the habit of doing, and you know, you kind of do them mindlessly. And this is using images to inspire you. Maybe it's a picture on your mobile phone, maybe it's a picture on your computer screensaver. Wherever it is, wherever these images and symbols are, you can use these to help keep as constant reminders of what it is that you're striving for, what your goals are, and what is your dream life. And then that will help you to figure out, you know, what it is you want to do and how it is that you can get there. And then you can figure out what it is that you can do to your home to help support you in having that dream life. What's your dream life? I'd love to know what things that you would love, what habits would you like to, you know, incorporate into your life that you can do on a daily basis, and that would make your life so much better. Or what things would you like to stop doing and not do so much of, so that you could again feel like you're really living your best life and enjoy your life. These are things that I am really interested in. That is basically my motivation behind designing spaces, is to help people live better lives, whether that's home design where you're living better life at home, whether that's you know, I used to do a lot of school design, so where, you know, children can enjoy their time at school and have a better time learning, and are more likely to learn more quality in a more quality way if they've got a quality environment to do that in. I've also done a lot of work on community centres, so places where people can get together and socialise, maybe do some work, maybe achieve some you know, improve their skills and achieve something that they'd love to do. So these are the sorts of things that really drive me, and that's what I really want for everybody. I want you to have your best life. So I would love to help you in doing that. So let me know, what are the habits that you'd like to break, and what are the habits that you'd like to make, and then I will come back in and give some suggestions not next week. I'm going to cover next week. I'm going to cover how you can create some healthier, more eco-conscious habits in your home. And then the following week, I would love to have plenty of ideas from you about the habits that you'd like to make and the habits that you'd like to break. And I will go through those comments, and I will put together some ideas for you that you could use for your home and help you live your best life. Happy Friday. I will speak to you next Friday. Bye for now.